When I tell you I cussed everybody out, I cussed everybody out. What's good, scholars? It's your girl Gabby here, and I am back with a brand new video. As you all can tell, I'm trying to switch things up a little bit here. Do something different so that you guys aren't seeing the same backgrounds and the same things every time I do a video. But before we jump into our story time, I do want to remind you guys, if you are not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and become a part of the graduating class. Make sure that you like this video and that you also comment. I really want to start engaging with you all more online. So please make sure that you leave a comment. Tell me which part of the story that you liked the most or that you found the funniest, and we'll get to talking from there. All right, so we got that stuff out the way. Let's jump into our story time. So this story is particularly from my the summer before my senior year of college. If you guys do not know, if you're new, I graduated from Bradley University. I went there for undergrad, right? The amount of crazy stuff that happened to me at that school, it's insane, right? So this is just one of those stories from the time that I was actually there. So like I said, this is from the summer before my senior year. I was blessed enough to be offered an internship about 30 minutes outside of Peoria, which is where Bradley is located. And I was very excited about it. It was in the field that I wanted to go into at the time. And it was like money. I think this was the most money that I was going to, or that I had seen at that point in my life. So it was 40 hours a week. I was working Monday through Friday, and I was getting paid like $16, $17 an hour. For a college student, that's like a gold mine. And for those of you who haven't gotten into college yet, or you're in college but you haven't really experimented with internships, most internships do not pay you. If they do pay you, they ain't paying like that. So I was very excited. And of course I said yes once they offered me the internship. However, sidebar lesson here, if you're gonna take an internship that's off campus and requires you to stay over the summer, so you can't go home to your parents' house, you have to know what the heck you're doing. You have to figure out logistics long before you say yes. My problem was I didn't do that. I did the complete opposite. I said yes to the position without knowing where I was gonna stay, how I was gonna get there, none of that. Because at the time, I didn't have a license, I didn't have a car. So mind you, I said it was 30 minutes outside of Peoria, right? It was all bad. But it ended up working out for me, but I wouldn't suggest it. I decided to stay with some teammates. They had a house. Some of them were going home for the summer, some of them were not. So I decided to kick it in one of the person who went home for the summer. Things ended up going kind of left. I'm gonna be honest, because I keep it real here on my channel. When you get to college, there will be people who are clean, and there will be people who are not. There will be people who listen to their parents when they say this is how you do things, and there will be people who will completely ignore what their parents have told them. And I was in a situation where the people that I was living with, they wasn't doing right. And I come from a household where my mom is borderline OCD about cleaning. Like, that lady cleans every day, if not every day, every other day, or every weekend. So I was coming from the thought process of, things should be this way, and that's not what happened. So like I said, another sidebar lesson for you guys: when you get to school, you're gonna run into people who are not like you, and you're gonna wonder, like, why are they like this? You probably will never find out. You just know that you and them, y'all ain't gonna mesh because they don't get down the way you do. But fast forward, I was able to basically talked to one of my other really good friends that was also on the speech team, and he was like, hey, we have this really big house in Peoria. The other 2 people from the team that I'm supposed to be staying with are not going to be here this summer. Just come to this house. So I was like, okay, cool. It sucked because I literally had to pack up all of my stuff from this house that I was already in and move to another house in the middle of the summer. But I felt like it was going to be a better decision for me, and it was also cheaper for me as well, because going into senior year, I was getting ready to move into my own apartment. So, you know, my funds had to be right? So getting into the meat of the story, I had to give y'all that background, you know what I'm saying? But, so I moved into this house. Everything was great at first. You know, I was living with one of my best friends at the time. Like, we would kick it every other day, almost every day. You know, we was just living life. I would get home from work and have something good to eat and, you know, chill or whatever. Things didn't start to shift a little bit until he went home for a little while. And I was in the house with another one of our teammates. So we all decided to go and see this movie called The Conjuring. Now, I don't know if any of you that are watching this have ever watched the movie, but for me personally, I'm not a scary movie person. I'm not here for it. I'm really not a fan of paranormal movies. I come from a religious household. Both of my parents are pastors, so you know, the whole spirits thing and all that type of stuff, like, that's very, very real to me. So I wasn't really trying to go see this movie from the jump. But of course, you know, when you got a group of people pressuring you, I was just like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm just gonna go, right? I went to the movie, and of course it scared the crap out of me. Was not here for it. And I kind of went home a little uneasy, and everybody else was like joking and talking about, you know, how much I was, you know, reacting to the movie in the theaters. Like I said, I don't like scary movies, so you know I acted a fool in the movie theater. I wasn't here for it. So we get home and everybody decides to come back to the house. Like I said, this is a very, very big Peoria house. If you've never been to Peoria, think kind of like Victorian style, big home, 4 or 5 bedrooms. These homes probably were built like in the 1800s maybe. So, you know, these are older homes that we're now college kids staying in. So everybody decided to come back to the house. Of course, I'm thinking, you know, we're probably just gonna drink, hang out, do what we normally do. And somebody breaks out a Ouija board and it's like, we should like keep this going and, you know, call on some spirits. And when I